I finished against Milan. Let's go. Well, I mean, technically, I already finished against Milan, but Kiki was a lazy boy and Milan didn't finish, so I had to re-record. But guys, let's go. The comeback is on.
Not so fast.
The day, man. What are you doing here?
Young Xaver, you should know one thing. This beat is mine! Now it's still first round against Xaver in his prime. Too bad that he's still worse than me and still struggles to rhyme. Maybe after this I'll show you how to make a close battle, cause you're the type of guy to cry and tell someone to take their baby back. So bring it on, you nerdy bloke, I'll spit hard. These birds you'll choke, I'll shame you harder than Keller did himself with that round 2 choke. Despite our last battle, me and Hydro are still friends, but if you think the same goes for us, then you best stop playing pretend. Looks like I'm fighting the nightman, he always stays up at crazy o'clock, his schedule sucks. 12 hours a day, bro, this guy is cooked. 12 hours a day, my money is up. Break into your building, better lay low, cause this guy hates fun, just don't mention Play-Doh. First time on the scene and he lost a potato. Was gonna find Milan, what were you gonna say though? Like, oh my days, he gets like no high praise. I guess he's having trouble keeping up with the dough I chase. MissPiggy, better stay back, cause I'm on the attack. I mean, had him in tears cause the server got packed. I'll go for the throw, work him like Chili Kirk, then return to the pub, finish this Shelly work. OG, my driller, the dame I'm gonna kill ya. Xaver's a fucking racist, I cut this boy saying nigga. What? Fumble the batty, you'll fumble this too. Xaver's my bitch, he goes to a 2 to broke boys. Penguin, give me the money, my mom's kinda homeless, this shit isn't funny. Now it's the first round of beat Xaver in his prime. He was told to get ready but couldn't make it this time. Xaver's out of his lane cause he fell victim to brain. Thought I'd do coca but there's money on my, so I'll go insane. So now Penguin Poe's about to get beat the bro. I'm for it, no to every whiny bitch that crosses me. Shout out to bro. I hope that you learned your lesson now after I tricked your ass. Maybe next time don't crash out on me when I don't wanna hop on class. Who's next? Penguin decides! YBB World Champs of History! What? Okay, man.
Hey, congratulations! This is a celebration. Party all day. I know you've been waiting. Hey, congratulations! It's a celebration. I just wanna tell you that I think that you're the day, man. Hey, congratulations on your reputation. Guess with all one Swedish boy you can connect with nations. Oh, you see me blazing and you're hating once again when you degrade on fall. Your mug burger, watching Bob's Burgers, cause your grace to fall. But then you made Raw 3, and then you fought NG and had a great battle with no complaints from B to D. Wait, that's not quite what happened. You made Zion comfortable with threats, so she didn't drop. You threw a fit and went to private it. You rode the Mario Kart, except you suck and your racism shows. Face me on attraction, Kingdom knows that this just isn't close. It might be best to cut that part, we'll fight unless you cut that part. You got racist as fuck when we played Zotac, had to cut that part. You can only drop the ball, explains my victory in bowling. It's hoping you make beatboxes cause you can get the ball rolling. It's a fellow confidence, the fact that you're grasping, that means I'm about to finally touch this kid, so you can call me thick. Congratulations, it's a celebration. Party all day, I know you've been waiting. Hey, congratulations, it's a celebration. I just wanna tell you that I think that you're the day, man. Hey, congratulations, it's a celebration. Party all day, I know you've been waiting. Hey, congratulations, it's a celebration. I just wanna tell you that I think that you're the day, man. See, I got a ping in my DMs. Oh, what is this? Big brain, no, it's saying cease and desist. Got a problem with me leaking all his personal information, but face a golden god, you bet I know the implication that BigBraino is fucking whack. Somehow worse than nation. Now he's talking shit behind your back, cause he's a fucking favorite. Did you know that BigBraino is poo-poo in his brains? He's a blatant racist guy. Ooh, that's a violation. But still he roams in all kinds of group chats, and that's great, son. You need a place to talk when you're gone from the ITH one. Now the penguins occupied with seeing what his schedule's like. I'm guessing no problem. I just hope you drop your shit, don't quit like Faded and Denali. Just hang out at the bar, you never made it to and party. Non-alcoholic cause you got a real problem, but peeps are love bumping and stuff that's worse than kamikaze. So this is it, thanks for watching my channel. Ever since I was a nobody screaming at Gemmo. Yeah, this is it, it's been an adventure. It's the end of his streak, for now he's ended by Xaver. See, people never change, and you're the prime example. Left this battle, my shit goes so hard, it's fact that you can't handle it. It's been quite a ride, from the cabin to world champions. So fuck Charlie Kirk, because this one is for Arian.
It's that waffle, baby.
Congratulations!
Oliver is fake. He's not real. I made him up for attention. That's not completely accurate. Oliver is real. But Kate, my girlfriend, that's what that is. Kate's just babysitting for the neighbor. That's who Oliver is. His actual name is Sally. The point was, I wanted to see how easy it would be for you guys to believe something like this. Cause I know the bar for Penguin Pone is set pretty low. So I was curious. I was like, if I made up some outrageous shit, would they believe it? They did. They very much did. So some people might not know this yet, and if not, I hope you don't, because then seeing this live probably pretty fucking funny. Unfortunately, Monk just sold the bag. I DM'd him about it. I did, like a couple hours ago. Around when I first made the bit, I was like, yo bro, I just did this. If anyone asks about it, don't say shit. Play along, play along. That's what I told Monk. He went in my fucking Discord and was like, he was like, what? So like when I said it, and I was like, dude, no, I didn't have a fucking baby. I mean, I didn't say that. I'm ignoring it. I'm ignoring it until this goes up, actually. But like, bro, Monk, That was the best bit ever. They thought I was a dad. What have you? They thought my baby was named fucking Oliver. No, I would not name my child Oliver. There's some pretty fire art that came from this though. Put it on screen, Mason. No, but yeah, Monk kind of sold. I guess he just opened the server before my DMs. What can you do? Both Braino and MissPiggy, I think, were very straightforward. Like they were simple as hell. That's a good thing. They're both really good, as you'll see by the scores. But like, yeah, it's gonna be a quick one. Braino's vocals got a 15 out of 20. So Braino is pretty much good at everything related to vocals that he shows off, though he doesn't excel at them either, in my opinion. So this sums up everything as is, pretty much. But I'll go into detail anyways. So the main deal here is that this is nearly an entirely rap solo, and Braino's delivery it's pretty good. Braino has good and consistent pitching and good power in his vocals, though this part could be better. It could be better. Overall, contrary to this, he has good singing vocals as well, being smooth and consistent, and this helps a lot for his melodic rapping segments as well. I do think there could be an improvement with the emotion here. However, okay, his layering is pretty simple as well and could improve, but it's still good and adds a lot to the solo regardless. Lastly, I do think the ad-libs that Braino has in the last chorus are very good as well and are worth a mention. So like overall, it's straightforward. Braino's solid at everything he shows off, and more importantly, has no real problems. There's no real problems with it. It's just very much his room for improvement. So lyrics. 10 out of 20. Quite literally half and half. So, starting with the issues, about a quarter of the beatbox is just jokes, and is clearly written as such. He even creates dirt with on himself with some of these. He says the N-word. So, like, another quarter of the lyrics is just the chorus, which is, for those who don't know, it's just nearly word for word an unreleased MissPiggy beatbox. So, because like, okay, I guess. However, this is untrue for the last half of the beatbox. I wrote beatboxes in the script for the beatbox. So, all of these roasts for these parts are incredibly obscure and hard hitting, especially being against MissPiggy, who is like a pretty damn hard person to roast in my opinion. So, these definitely exceeded my expectations for what you can roast on them. Anyway, these are also backed up by really good writing on top of that, with really good wordplay and pretty fucking good connections from one bar to another. So, and they're all done very cleverly as well. There's also some pretty nice references to It's Always Sunny, which is pretty important given the theme of the battle. Overall, half of it is basically ideal for the kind of battle this is. The other half is just terrible. Anyway, beatboxing. 14 out of 20. As for the sounds, it's pretty standard. The only real thing Braino shows is tongue bass in the basics. What seals the deal about this is that Braino is pretty fucking skilled with them. So the big thing that Braino shows is his inward drag commas with tongue bass added inside of it. Inward drag is definitely above average for the community when it goes to tech. So seeing it with tongue bass added is definitely impressive. This is used very well as well and matches up really well with the beat, and Braino sounds are very clean, which adds to it further. The mixing is good for this style of beatboxing as well. This isn't perfect, however, there's one small part where I think the performance is a tiny bit sloppy, and another part where his inward drag doesn't really pick up on the mic as well, leading to like a pretty noticeable decrease in volume. The only other thing is that there's no beatboxing in the solo, besides this one part dedicated to it after the first chorus, which is where all of this comes from, by the way. So, like, overall, Braino sound set, very basic, but used skillfully, and in a way that's perfect for when it's used. There's small issues, but that's about it, and the usage of it is very small. So I decided that the small nitpicks that I have won't really deduct that much, but the small usage will be a decent amount. So the sound set being as basic as it is doesn't really help this either. However, this definitely deserves an above average score regardless due to the shown skill being amazing. Even if there's a basic sound set, the usage being basically perfect flow.
16.
So, I don't have a whole lot to say because this flow is really straightforward, but this isn't a problem at all. It's pretty much just an all rap solo with pretty technical rapping the whole way through. It's pretty fast the whole way through as well, but also with pretty difficult and precise timing as well. There's a good space between syllables for most of the solo to the point where you have to actively time each one, but it's not fast enough to where you can just spew it and nail it effortlessly. This is the exact same for each melodic rapping segment, which also has the added difficulty of held notes. This is all done without slip-ups as well. Besides this, the only thing to mention is the originality. The verses are original, but what's weird is just that the chorus is taken from an unreleased MissPiggy beatbox. Seeing as it's just a chorus, I don't think this is the worst thing ever, though I don't find it to be necessarily a good thing. Though, it isn't exactly bad either. So, overall, the flow is really good, but only really held back by a questionable chorus. The only other thing that can handicap this from scoring higher is just that while the flow's good, it can improve. MissPiggy, vocals, 20 out of 20. So, Xavier is similar to what I said about Shadow in the sense that he can deliver any kind of vocal he needs to and be one of the best at the community at it. So Xavier, however, doesn't have mixing or mic issues along with it, but besides the volume, but spoiler alert, this is accounted for in other, not here. So anyway, there seems to be a pretty even split between singing and rapping in this beatbox, so I'm just gonna start with singing. So firstly, Xavier has an amazing vocal range and it's some pretty crazy rote notes while utilizing this. The chorus is filled with precise notes and all of it, and really the beatbox as a whole has basically ideal layering for the beatbox. The harmonies are simple, but they're over a simple beat and add everything that they need to. So I don't think this beatbox needs complex harmonies, and it won't be punished for not having them as a result. There's also to mention, despite the insane notes and range that MissPiggy shows, he's probably one of the most consistent singers in the community, not having even one pitching issue for me, even when hitting the insane notes. Which, speaking of which, that last chorus is probably one of the most vocally impressive choruses in the community, taking this compliment with Xavier's notes to the extreme in the background vocals. So much that my buddy Mason the animator and probably a few others thought it was taken from the original song. It's not. So this leads me to another point, which is how scarily accurate Xavier's delivery is to the original song that he remixed. It's kind of uncanny, but like it's insanely impressive. This only adds to why I feel like these could have performed better. This is all for the melodic segments though. We haven't even talked about Xavier's own touches on the song. So Xavier added a pretty solid amount of rapping segments where he excelled in strong delivery, which that leads me to my last point for the beatbox. The emotion and power in Xavier's vocals is insane through the entire beatbox, especially in his own rapping vocals. These are transitioned insanely smoothly as Xavier is an expert at the gradual shifts in his tone. They slowly build up throughout to help strengthen his final delivery for certain bars. So overall, Xavier is an expert at singing and rapping, along with everything that comes with it. He delivers all without one slip up and in a way that's eerily accurate to the original song, while also adding his own touch. It just couldn't be better in my opinion. I think this is perfect for what he went for. Lyrics, 16 out of 20. So as usual, starting with roast, which I think Xavier did really well in. I think Braino is a pretty difficult person to roast for the most part, but Xavier definitely had the best roast out of everyone who's fought him so far, and pretty easily as well, might I add. What the fuck is going on with my hair? Now I will say these aren't perfect, as there's a fair amount of joke roast. I don't think this is the worst thing of all time, but I do have to take it into consideration when grading categorically. Though this is a very minor gripe, as I get it's just the style of battling that they're going for. As for what the actual roasts were, again, very good. There's a lot of pretty hard hitting stuff, and everything else is something that we haven't really heard about Braino yet, which is fucking awesome. So yeah, these are for the most part ideal. As for writing, this is really good as well. A lot of the lyrics are really clever, and pretty much every bar ties into the next one really well. There's also a lot of super clean and clever wordplay involved. I also want to say that the first verse has a pretty solid rhyme scheme, though for the rest of the beatbox, these are just around average. So this part of lyrics isn't perfect either. This part is involved with joke lyrics, though again, this is a real issue. I could also see a potential issue that a lot of lyrics are similar to the original song, though I think this is defendable as Xavier did a really good job at turning the meanings into his own thing. The only time I view this as an issue is really just the chorus. So overall, this is an incredibly solid category with very small gripes. Besides those, the only thing holding them back is just that they could be better. So good work. Beatboxing, 15 out of 20. More proof that you don't have to have crazy beatboxing to get a good score. MissPiggy's sound set is similar to the Braino's in the sense that it's very basic, but he's mastered what he can do with it. He mostly just shows basics, tongue bass, inward K snare, and a zipper. So MissPiggy shows to be clean with all of this, and shows off pretty decent combos as well. I would also say having inward K and zipper on top of what makes the community average. Because of that, it's safe to say that Xavier is definitely above it. Not by too much, but he's above the community average. So, the big thing for me is usage, which is pretty much perfect for what MissPiggy can do. All he really does for most of the beatbox is basic combos and drums, but this isn't bad at all. It's very good at adding more to the instrumental's percussion, so I think this is definitely a nice touch. MissPiggy also uses zippers as in-betweens at some parts, which is pretty good. This is mainly before the choruses. He also adds tongue bass during the choruses, which, with decently technical combos, does a lot for the song. All of these are synced very well. There also isn't a single slip up in this solo's beatboxing either, which is very nice. The ending shows off beatboxing by itself, where MissPiggy puts all of these together while showing off the harder combos as well. So, overall, above average sound set, very good usage. What holds us back from scoring higher, though, above average, this is still a rather basic sound set. There's still a lot of room to improve still. That's really about it. It could just be better. So, flow. 16 out of 20. It's pretty straightforward, but it's very good. MissPiggy has always been an excellent rapper, but there's no real crazy flows here. They're definitely precise, though. This is for sure all it needed to be, especially as all this beatbox really is just melodic rapping. So, MissPiggy delivers this flawlessly, cleanly, and precisely. Every singing bit is delivered smoothly as well. The only other thing I have to really talk about is the originality, which there isn't a whole lot to say about. Most of the flow is the same from the original, but most of the faster rapping bits you hear in this are entirely original from Xavier. I find as well that Xavier did a good job at making sure his original flows flow into the ones from the remix well. So overall, that's about it. It's nothing crazy, but it's still for sure precise. Xavier delivers it flawlessly as well. There's also a good amount of originality, which is nice. So yeah, I settled for 16. It's just good, pretty precise shit. Not easy to do. Other, -1, which sucks because we almost got a 6-7 again. So this is a pretty unfortunate issue, but Xavier's project is just too quiet. This is a very common issue for many Xavier beatboxes, and while I don't think it's as big of a deal in this one, it's still absolutely relevant. It just is. I've heard many people talk about this with this one, and also just Xavier beatboxes as a whole. It's just kind of how it is. Anyway, that's about it. I gave this a 66 out of 80 and a low A. So good shit. Xavier wins. Round 2 matchups are coming soon, featuring Oliver the beatboxing baby. Goodbye, everybody.